welcome back to Supernatural Hunters, Mini 6, Evil Dungeon Master here, sitting with the group. The last time you guys were conferring in a hotel, you had got your rooms for the night, and you paid $20 for 2 rooms, which I thought was a great deal for the 90s, so, or 1997, though. I think we decided, right? 1997 around there? Yeah.
Yeah.
And $20 for 2 rooms, spent the night, you were going to wake up in the morning and figure out where you're going to go. Just as a reminder, you were debating on whether going to the scene where the people disappeared, and then you were going to go to some other places, which I don't exactly remember where, but that's up to y'all to do. I'm not going to tell you where to go.
I think we were going to talk to the park ranger.
But it's nighttime now because we just left the diner.
Yeah, you just got the rooms, and you were going to decide what to do next.
Okay.
I thought we were going to bed. That's what.
Yeah, we're going to bed. I say my prayers before I go to bed.
Do you bless everybody and get like a little group circle? And
I get out my my chalice with a candle in it, and making sure, because remember I put salt along the doors and the and any windows.
Yes.
Prevent evil from entering.
Yep, I remember that.
And I take my chalice with a candle in it, and I give a little blessing upon the rooms, and then I'll leave it at that, and I say everybody have a good night, because we're gonna have a busy day tomorrow.
Okay.
I go to my room, and I'm just laying there replaying what happened in the diner, what I saw from my perspective.
Okay. Anybody else?
Detective Knight's going to go to bed.
I'm going to bed too.
Good night, Detective Knight.
Night.
Boy.
Night.
All right, so everybody goes to sleep, and they have a wonderful night. No dreams to really speak of. You wake up the next morning refreshed. We'll say you get up around 7:30, 8 o'clock after a nice long cough.
Oh, I thought that was a car backfiring.
I don't know what that was. Maybe a car backfired and woke you up. I don't know. But yeah, you wake up around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and you're all refreshed, ready to go.
Go down to the diner and get me some breakfast.
All right, so Detective Knight heads
Are we
down to
even
the
welcome
diner.
in the diner anymore?
I don't see
I
why
don't know
not.
why not.
Yeah.
There you go.
You want me to roll for it? I could roll for it.
No.
No.
I do believe that we were supposed to ask the waitress a confirmation question about whether, like, what exactly she saw.
Bobby. Her name's Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
Bobby, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that it might be a good idea to confirm what we already suspect.
Okay, so you're all going to head to the diner, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm up for breakfast.
There we go.
Jules?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm going with.
All right, so you get out of your room and you head down to the diner. The diner is already open because it pretty much stays. I'd say it opens at like 4 or 5 in the morning. It's a small town. They open up for the morning shift. People can get their coffee, and I want to say
Bobby might not even be there.
yeah, and read the paper. But I don't. Well, it's the 90s, so people are still reading papers in the 90s. Yeah, so they're reading the paper in the morning coffee. There's quite a bit of people there. You see they're mostly blue-collar workers, construction-like guys, people that work maybe the mining area that's in the town area. There's a couple guys like that there.
Okay.
There's a couple professionals, some white-collar professionals there, maybe the doctor of the town, things like that.
Bobby wouldn't happen to be working.
Let's roll, because it is a small diner. She might be one of those waitresses that work a lot, so I'll roll. Bobby is there, actually, in the morning.
She works 16-hour shifts every single day.
She's the only waitress.
No, I mean, she's
in
one
the town.
of them. She's the only waitress in the town. You have to wait for your breakfast.
I'm going to go up to Bobby, and I say, excuse me, Bobby.
Yes, Pastor.
Listen, I want to apologize for the shenanigans of last night. Once again, I want to apologize for throwing any accusations your way.
That's quite all right. I'm a little bit busy right now, so if you just want to have a seat in one of the booths, we'll get right to your breakfast.
I do have just one question.
What?
If you don't mind. What exactly did you see us do?
I don't quite remember.
You don't remember? You don't remember the details of last night?
It's a little foggy to me. I think you were fighting something, or looked like you were fighting something, or I don't remember exactly.
There was a particular woman here last night, and I give a description of the woman that stormed out at the end. Do you happen to know who that is?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you for your time, Bobby. And can I just get a bowl of oatmeal, please?
Yeah, sit at the table. I'll be right over for you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming
Okay.
everybody's going to be at the same damn booth now, not different.
Yeah, we all.
Corner booth.
Is there a
Everyone.
room at the is there a room at the counter?
Yeah, there's room at the counter. There always is. Yeah.
Okay, he sits at the counter. To take
No,
the
I'm
message.
okay with the counter too.
I'll sit at the counter.
Oh,
I'll sit at the counter.
everyone's following night now.
So you all line up in the counter, and you all can't sit next to each other because there's people there already, but you could sit twos and stuff like that.
Okay. Who's all at the counter that's besides us?
Other workers, I mean, other patrons at the diner. Excuse me.
You said there was
We
a
don't see
doctor.
the
Is the
sheriff
doctor
or
sitting there?
There's a doctor sitting. Well, I'm just giving an example, and he may not be a doctor, but it's not like he's wearing a stethoscope and a white coat and he's sitting there hooking over fire. No, I'm just someone like that, a business person. He's sitting by himself. Yeah, he's reading the morning paper, drinking his coffee.
Okay, so while I'm waiting for Bobby to come around to take my order, I just try to chat up the locals.
They really don't say much to you. They're just
It's morning time. I work
Yeah.
18 hours.
yeah, screw you, Detective Knight. I mean, sir.
Whoa! Specifically, the one
Specifically,
that lives off of 321 Lincoln Street, New York.
New York, New York.
Whoa!
Who has 3 kids and his left nut is hanging lower than his right nut. Whoa!
You should really
gonna
get
go-
your brakes checked. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna pass out some Unitarian pamphlets.
When you do that, people are just like, yes, thank you.
My wife
You're
smiled
welcome.
with it. Thanks. I thought this was a napkin.
nobody's disrespectful like that, but they do kind of groan.
what was the name of the tow truck driver lady? Does anybody remember?
The tow truck was Miss Smitty.
Smitty. Yeah.
We see her around.
Let's see if she's there. Hold on.
Well, I think everybody comes to this diner. There's no one that leaves.
Yeah, she's there.
Say good morning to her.
She
Wave.
nods.
Good morning, Miss Smitty. How are we doing this morning?
Fine. And you?
Oh, we're doing good. Listen, just a curious. I give her the description of the woman. I said, you know what? We're kind of looking for this woman. We gotta talk to her. You wouldn't happen to recognize this description, would you?
She says, no. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you for your
Interesting.
time. Thank you for your time. You still have my pamphlet, right, with my number on it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I guess, whatever.
So Bobby comes up to each of y'all and she gets your order from you. And then, she puts it up there. And a few minutes later, she serves you your breakfast.
Nice bowl of hot plain oatmeal.
Hot, plain oatmeal and a cup of black coffee.
Sounds good. Thank you, Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
I had the fruit and light coffee.
She gives you pancakes and a coffee. She says, you need some meat on your bones, girl.
Thank you.
She's just like, thank you. But she gives you sugar-free syrup, just so she's nice.
Okay.
I'm also going to be looking around for those, if any of those symbols pop up.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see any symbols when you're looking around.
I
Well,
lean
it'd be
next to Pastor Luke. I'm, an observation here, but this is a pretty small town and it's the only diner. How is
Mhm.
it that no one knows this lady?
That's a question that's been rummaging through my mind as well.
Hmm.
I think there might be something up with that.
Yeah. Okay.
What are y'all going to do now? Now, breakfast is done.
There we go.
You pay
I-
a couple bucks to her for breakfast.
There we go. I leave Bobby a nice $5 tip.
That's nice
I
of you.
look at the well, after giving it the paying for the food and a tip, I look at near the counter. Is there like business cards there, like they used to do?
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I know what you mean now. Yeah, there would be. Yeah, there's business cards there. Yeah.
Okay, and grab a few.
Okay.
I also grabbed one of them. Not one.
There's like we'll say there's ones for like insurance, and there's ones for like an attorney. What do they used to also have? Like housing repairs and
I say mechanic.
yeah, okay, mechanic. That makes sense. Mechanic.
Computer TV repair.
Now, is Smitty the mechanic as well as is it her garage or?
You don't know.
Okay, we'll have to find out.
Yeah, you'd have to ask. You just
Well,
know she
I
drives
looked
the
at
tow
card.
truck.
What's the card say? What's the mechanic say?
I don't have a name for a mechanic.
I want to know right now.
Okay, Corey.
Mike mechanic.
I I resisted the urge to ask for names. I didn't want to be Corey.
Mr. Mechanic, that's his name.
Mr. Mechanic. I'm guessing that's a non-declare.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because we do need to get the van worked on, or the SUV worked on, whichever it was.
The truck.
Oh yeah,
That's
it was-
right. The
it was-
car's broken down.
It's Nymeria's truck.
Yeah, I just realized we're not going to be able to go to probably Pine Hollow or Ravens Hollow until we get the vehicle fixed. We're going to need to.
Well, y'all can
Or you
walk
need
there.
to-
It's like probably a mile.
Oh, is it that close?
Yeah, it's right outside of town.
All right.
Oh yeah, miles not that far.
I mean, you can wait for the
But
truck.
we do need to get the truck fixed.
Yeah, you do.
In case we
If
have
we have
to vacate the area very quickly.
So who was going to go with me to the scene of the disappearance?
I think
I was
all of us are
gonna go.
going now.
But I thought all of us, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go talk to Buster real quick. Kind of let him know what we saw last night. Maybe ask
Oh
him
yeah, that's a
about
good
the
idea.
woman.
Yeah. Stopping by there would be a good idea first.
Okay. So you all finish up breakfast, head over to Buster's house. And, you know,
Okay.
you see him outside on his front porch sipping a cup of coffee. He's smoking a cigar.
Morning, Buster.
Hey, I see you made it
Morning.
through the night.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of cleanup that the housekeeping has to do with salts. But overall, I think I had a pretty good night.
Slept very well.
All right. What can I do for y'all?
Oh, well, we wanted to ask you a few questions about something that happened last night in the diner.
Oh, all right. What happened in the diner last night? I was sound asleep, so I have no idea.
Well, Detective Knight pulls out the napkin he put those symbols on and shows it to Buster. It's like, I saw these two symbols, one red and the other one,
Mm-hmm.
and they appeared last night at the diner.
And then that gentleman turned demonic and attacked us. Then when we got him restrained, we looked down and there was nothing there. And we'll give him a description of that lady that kind of stormed out.
And there's one more piece of evidence. And I pull out the pendant. I don't take the pendant off, but I dangle it in front of him. Do you recognize this?
Yeah, I've seen that before. Hold on a minute. And he goes inside, and you could see through his window. He's looking through his bookshelf for some books.
You want to let us in, Bobby? Or I mean, not Bobby, Buster?
Oh, my apologies. Please come inside.
We didn't want to be rude. Just walk in behind
Well,
you.
I figured you guys were just sitting down on the stoop talking to him, and he went, hold on. He ran inside because he got excited. But yeah, it's fine. He invites you inside. Yeah. Okay, that's the one with that tree symbol, right? It was like kind of like a tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's correct.
He said it's he looks at it and he goes, well, according to this book here, and he says he shows it's a picture of the pendant he found that you have in your hand, and he's like, it subtly warns you when there's a spirit presence around near you. It'll kind of get
That
warm.
is-
that is what the old woman told me when I met her in the church. She disappeared as well. Is there a habit of people just vanishing in midair into thin air in this town, Buster?
Well, I mean, it could be a ghost.
How many years have you been here?
Oh,
Ghost?
Zoe?
I'm not Scooby Doo, young man.
I just find it strange that a person of your interest and your
I'm old.
experience has not run into these.
Ghosts?
whatever these
Oh yeah, there's
these are.
lots of ghosts around.
Apparitions.
No, they're ghosts. Detective Knight.
They're still apparitions.
Well, you can use your fancy word all you want. Your educated words.
Yeah,
Well,
fancy
whatever-
city words
Yeah.
out here.
City slicker.
Well, whatever you choose to call them, it seems like there might be more than one faction of these ghosts. After all, one went out of their way to help by giving me this pendant, and then we ran into some more that tried to. Well, I'm not sure what they were trying to do, but it wasn't nice.
Now, you said something about a woman?
Yes, an old woman I ran into in the church.
No. You said in the diner there was a woman.
Yes,
Yeah.
she went out waving her arms around and things of that nature. And in retrospect,
You
we
people
think
are
there
all...
might have been a cover.
Wait,
Yeah.
does the description of the lady in the diner match the description of the lady that Rob met in the church?
No. Different
They're
people.
not, okay, they're not the same, okay.
Yeah, the one that Rob met in the church was like an elderly old lady.
Okay.
So, what do you think there might be some sort of divide or factions of different spirits in town?
I mean, there could be. I mean, I haven't been looking on the out for too many things lately. I'm just kind of been relaxing, and I called in for you all to help me. So I'm old.
So with as small as this town is, it's pretty standard that pretty much everybody would know everybody, right?
You would, yeah. I mean, generally, yeah.
Because nobody seems to have any recollection of who this old woman is. They don't know her.
Now,
Doesn't even ring a bell.
when you're talking to the old woman, you talking about the church one or the one in the diner?
The one in the diner.
One.
Oh,
I thought she was a younger woman.
yeah, the one. That's why I'm just kind of get an idea because you kind of interchanged it a little bit. That's why.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Just
The
say,
younger
just
woman.
say woman in the diner.
Yeah, just say
Oh,
woman.
Woman in the diner.
Now, what did this woman in the diner look like again?
Well, she looked
I
like
only-
she looked
I
like
caught
blah
her a
blah
glimpse
blah
of
blah
a
blah.
second.
Like what,
We
Rob?
weren't really given a description. We were just kind of, told that a woman was waving her arms around, saying you're crazy, and then she left.
Hmm. So let's just say you convey the description to him because it was my fault for not giving one. And he just says, he's just like, that doesn't ring a bell.
Actually, I wouldn't blame you for doing it because none of us were really paying attention to her.
Yeah. Though, I mean, you might want to check at the motel. I mean, lots of people do come through here and spend the night, stuff like that. Did you check there?
We really didn't check anywhere after that because we were kind of confused about the person I handcuffed disappearing to nothing.
You know, that's
We
strange.
were distracted.
Now, were there any weird things happening before that whole situation happened?
That's when we
Oh,
saw the symbols. And
What symbol?
We saw
The ones I just described to you when we first got here.
The green symbol and stuff like that?
The green,
Yeah, the
red,
green
green.
and red symbol.
green one and the red one.
He says he gives you a piece of paper. Could you draw that symbol for me, or?
I handed you a napkin with it. We're drawing on there.
Oh, he goes over to the garbage can. He picks up the napkin, and he's
Oh,
like, "I'm sorry,
Sorry,
I
got a
thought
little schmutz on here.
I thought you were giving it to me to throw out. I apologize."
I'm sorry, I put my gum in there. You were eating something. Drinking gum.
I put my tobacco in here, so
Yes, I can redraw. I'd redraw it for him.
yeah, thank you. And he goes, "Okay, hold on." And he goes over to his bookshelf and he starts looking through some books.
As I recall, that one symbol was a warning symbol.
One was a
Yeah.
protection and one was a warning.
Yeah.
A repelling and a.
One was an eye with a triangle shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the repelling, and the other one was
Was
3
the-
ring spikes.
Yeah, the thorny.
I don't remember
ring.
what you said it was.
I think that was the protecting one, the warding away.
He says, "Well, the one with the triangle with the eye, that is a watcher symbol. It's meant to ward off spirits by watching them.
That's
Its purpose is to repel low-level supernatural entities from crossing the threshold.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the spiral one that you talked about and just drew for me, that's a boundary marker. Yeah.
Boundary.
Yeah, it's designed to repel malicious spirits or creatures trying to enter the town or the area that it's been printed on.
and that was on the wall of the diner.
Well,
Yeah.
the watcher was above the entrance. The boundary one was above the order pickup window.
Right. Okay, that's right.
Now, who's the one that would more likely put others up there? Was it you?
No, I don't mess with that stuff. I haven't messed
I
with
could
any of that
see
stuff
the
in
owner.
years.
The cops told me to stop messing with that stuff.
I could see the owner of the establishment putting a warding up over their door. I mean, that would make sense.
Who's the owner of that diner?
Jack.
The owner of that diner is the cook. His name is Rogers. Danny Rogers.
Maybe we could have a chat with Mr. Rogers.
If you'd like to, sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can't do it now. He's probably very busy.
Yeah, at this time of day, he's probably busy
Yeah.
with breakfast and stuff like that, and then he'll be busy with lunch. So,
Oh, you have some break between.
oh yeah, I mean, he might have like an
Lunch and
hour
dinner,
or
yeah.
two break between breakfast and lunch or something like that, and he preps for lunch. So,
Or we can try and talk to him if we go late for dinner. We could see if that lady shows up and see if the symbols come back. And once people clear out, we could have a one-on-one.
I think a better idea is for us to visit the scene of the crime. So then we'll actually we'll have some more questions, more pertinent questions for whoever we talk to. I say let's arm ourselves with some knowledge
There you go.
Then when we talk to
Well-
people, we'll know if they're lying to us or not. Things of that nature.
The only place where I could think that you could arm ourselves with knowledge would be here in Mr. Buster's library.
No, I'm talking about the crime itself, like going
Oh,
to
about
find
the
people
disappearance?
in Hallow. I think that we need to actually view the area. Maybe we'll pick up something that the local authorities either didn't pick up or chose to ignore.
Well, I agree. We need to stick with our original plan, which was go
I
to the area of
think we-
disappearance. But we also need to follow up
Of course
at
we
the
do.
diner and follow up and get the truck to a mechanic.
Sure, of course we do. But
I
like
think the
said,
mechanic
we
is
also need to
definitely
view. We also
first.
need to view the scene of the crime first before we talk to anybody else.
I would disagree with you. I think we need to first fix the truck because we might have to make a hasty exit. Secondly, we need to see what the cops know, and that way we have notes to compare. So when we go over there,
I don't think we
we
should
know
be
what they
trusting.
found.
Well, we shouldn't be trusting the cops just yet. They might be
Well, yes.
covering it all up.
Maybe, but we can still make a public inquiry, and they have to provide us with a copy of the incident.
If they tell us what they found, then that might pollute what we see. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
Rob has a good point
you
there. I know.
In other
in
words,
my-
they might be giving us misleading information, and when we get out there, we're going to be thinking about what they told us versus what we're looking at. That's why we need to go out there before we talk to the police.
So during the day, we can get the truck worked on. While that's going on, we can visit the library and the scene. That'll give us a baseline of what we're working with. Then we can go, once we have an idea and more information on our side, then we can go and visit the cops. And then for dinner tonight, go and talk to Mr. Rogers.
Sounds
Alright,
like
we
a
have a
plan.
plan.
You got to go to his neighborhood and welcome him. Oh, never mind.
No.
Suddenly,
I do suggest we go to the scene of the crime first before we do anything else.
Let's
Take
repair the truck
pictures,
first.
things of that nature.
suddenly, Bobby, excuse me. You got me calling him Bobby now, Jeff.
You left too much for a tip. Here's your receipt.
No, Buster
Thanks, Bobby.
is standing there listening to y'all, and you just see him just start getting into this trance. Like his eyes go white, and he's just standing there staring at you guys.
Oh,
Quick,
no.
throw salt on him. I grabbed some salt and throw it on him.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Well, he's a little more salty.
Yeah, he's a little more salty. Yeah, that's correct. And now he's going to be pissed because he's got a vacuum. So good job, Jeff.
I say,
Anybody
Bob,
have any
I
holy
mean,
water?
Yeah. Well, I do actually. Actually, I do pull out some holy water, and I do kind of my thing where I wet my finger and I
Mhm.
reach out and I just brush his hand with the holy water.
All right, when you brush his hand, he snaps and tries to grab at your hand. So I'm going to roll to see if he hits you. So I'm going to need your dodge.
My dodge is 12.
Okay, so he grabs your hand and he pulls you in close to him and he goes, "The Crescent Moon will show you the way to the light." And then he throws you across the room.
Whoa.
You go smack right into the wall. No damage or anything like that. It was just a throw across the room, but you're shaken a little bit. And then he goes, "What y'all looking at? What's going on?
The
Who's going to tell him?
Crescent Moon will show you the way? What was...
What's going on? What do you mean who's going to tell me? Tell me what?"
Buster, you just threw me across the room.
I did not.
You held hands.
Well,
Oh,
that I
but you
believe.
did.
Your eyes, sir, your eyes went white, and you said, if I recall correctly, the Crescent Moon will show you the way to the light.
Hmm.
And then you threw Pastor Luke up against the wall across the room.
Oh, why is there salt all over the ground? I got a vacuum. God.
It's crazy how that works.
See, he starts getting
Oh,
his
we do.
vacuum cleaner out like nothing happened. He's just going to start vacuuming.
You throw
Actually, you
him...
know what I
and-
do? I actually sweep up the salt for him because I want to refill my salt shakers.
All right, so you start sweeping the salt
Let me
off.
get this straight. We tell you that you just had an episode of some sort for some reason, and you're worried about the salt.
Well, I don't want ants. Do you want ants? This is how you get ants.
Sir, I
ants
believe
don't
that
like
is
salt, they like
sugar.
sugar.
Oh, well, some bug likes sugar. I mean, salt anyway, so I'm sure of it. And he
I'm
starts.
more worried about the episode you just had.
I didn't have no episode. Woman, be quiet.
With your background, if one of us had an episode like that, you wouldn't be throwing salt and holy water at us.
Well, I guess you're right, but
Well, does the crescent moon leading us to the light mean anything to you at all?
No idea what
Are
that
there
is.
any like crescent moon symbols around town? Is there
Yes, there is a couple.
Okay.
There's one
What are they?
outside the church. I saw one carved in a tree outside of town by Raven. And then there's one in the graveyard. Yeah, there's those are the crescent moons I've seen that are like coming up in my mind right now when I'm thinking about it.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Have you been at any time since you lived here that you can remember?
Right.
Have you been to any gathering with some people and you showed up there and at some point somehow you got home, but you don't recall anything that happened while you were there?
Yes, the
And I'm
lost
not
time.
drinking, not because you were drinking. This is strictly just a gathering of friends, no alcohol or anything like that. But for some reason, you don't remember what happened at any point.
He looks down to the ground. He's like, now that you mention it, there was this one time when I was in front of the church and I had no idea how I got there. It was like in the middle of the night, like 11:30. I was in my PJs. I wear PJs, don't judge.
And you're not prone to sleep, one?
No, I don't sleepwalk, no. It wasn't just me there. There was a whole bunch of people there. Everybody was confused.
And what was the
What was the what?
What was the date? When did that happen?
Ooh, that must have been like maybe 6-7 months ago. About that long ago, yeah.
Pastor, can I talk to you for a second?
I'm curious
Of
as
course.
to
Yeah, Rick, go ahead.
I'm curious as to if he remembers the date. I'm curious as to what phase of the moon, because this could be a crescent moon, actual moon, or not just the symbol.
I'll tell you, it has nothing to do with the actual moon itself.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have an exact date for you, but it had nothing to do with the moon waning or waxing or anything.
Okay.
Now I remember the sheriff telling us that everything was okay and just go home, and it was just some type of something that was in the water or something, and that's what he said. And we were all like, "Oh, all right," and we just all went home. So,
And as a supernatural investigator, you believe that.
well, yeah.
And you don't question why you believe.
It's funny. Ever since the lass over here started talking about it, I didn't really think about it. Now he looks really confused.
Pastor, I'm just
Of course.
okay, just spitballing here.
Yeah.
If he has come in contact with a group of people and say possibly some rituals were performed to entice or draw certain entities, and maybe one's either living inside or influencing through some sort of token given to him or even attached to him, but that episode we all saw it. That is not normal.
No, it's far from.
And why is it not clicking with him being a supernatural investigator that there's some hinkiness going on and it's not the water?
Well,
Can we
probably-
trust him as a source?
That's another good question. His mind has obviously been clouded. But somebody who I would talk to Remington about this. He has more direct training in this type of occultism.
Well, I was wondering if maybe you thought demonic.
If he is being possessed by a demon, there is a possibility that an exorcism might clear him from the negative energies that has invaded his mind and soul.
Okay. Remington,
Yes.
come
Darn.
here for a second.
Okay, I'll go over.
I catch him up on everything I just talked to Pastor about.
Does that sound like possible possession or
Mass hypnosis to you.
okay? That would appear to be more of a mass hypnosis type of situation, or the power of suggestion and all, perhaps aided by something in the water.
Actually,
Yeah,
something
so-
just occurred to me.
Yeah.
Buster, are you a church-going man?
Yeah. I mean, he seems a little embarrassed answering you about the question, but yeah, he
Well,
kind
you
of.
don't have to be embarrassed to worship the Lord.
No, more of like he's embarrassed to say that he really doesn't go to church. That response you get from him.
Did you happen to go to church, let's say, the week of, like maybe the day of, or when you guys all appeared in front of the church, you woke up?
Well, I mean, yeah, I might have gone to the church. I remember
Like
that
maybe
there was
there
a
was a
big
special
party
event.
before that happened. There was like a big town party, a bash that was held by the police department. Sheriff's
And where
Department,
was
excuse
it
me.
held? And where was that held?
The church basement.
Mm-hmm. I turn and I think, and what do you know about Pastor Rob?
Oh, he's a swell guy.
Yeah. Has he been the pastor for very long?
Pastor Rob, maybe within the last 5 years or so.
Okay.
Pastor Luke.
Yes.
Why don't you? Did you ever give Buster a description of the elderly lady you met within the church that day yesterday?
No, I mentioned, I can't remember if I gave him a specific
No, you just mentioned old
description.
woman.
Right. So and I give him the, description.
Hmm.
Ring any bells?
I mean, that sounds like Eleanor. I mean, Eleanor Dagby.
Okay, and let me guess, is she dead?
Yeah, I mean, a couple years now at least. I don't know, maybe 5? I don't remember. I mean, I remember her, but I mean, she was a nice little old lady.
I think we can assume that she's a ghost.
92 or so.
You know what? I think that the church might be a really good place to investigate, especially the basement area.
All right.
Because if the town was gathered for a party, that would have been the perfect place to put somehow put them all in a trance at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would just like to make a suggestion to everybody, especially in light of this most recent episode. I suggest we don't visit anywhere or anyone alone.
Probably a good idea.
I definitely agree.
All right. Well, let's actually get something done today besides talking. I say let's just walk in a pace. According to the map here, it's all these places are walking distance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just
After we see the mechanic about the truck.
All right.
So
Yeah, let's go and do that, and then we'll decide where to go.
All right.
So y'all head to the garage. You just walk to the garage. It's not that far. And you see it's the garage. It just says garage. It's the only one in town. And you see Miss Smitty there, and she seems to be working on a car. Okay.
Miss Smitty.
Oh yes, Pastor Rob. That's right, Pastor Luke. Excuse me.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Liz, we're just inquiring about the truck.
Oh yeah, you want to get the truck repaired?
Yes.
Give me about an hour. I can take a look at it, and then I'll give you an idea what needs to be done. Should I use the phone number you listed here on this card you gave me?
That would be perfect.
All right. Just I'll bring it into the shop right now, and we'll take a look out. Give me about an hour.
Much appreciated.
We'll say it's about 10:30 right now.
All right.
So about noon, she'll have an idea what's going on.
All right. Well, until then, you guys want to take a nice little stroll and check out the scene of the crime?
Yeah, actually, I
Sounds like a
would.
plan.
All right.
It looks like a nice day for a walk anyway, right?
Yeah, it does.
It's the Lord's Day is what I like to say about days like this.
All right. She's like, all right, I'll see you guys in about an hour, and you guys leave the garage and start walking out of town, following the route over to Raven's Hollow.
Mm-hmm. Now, are we walking through the woods or more on the side of the road?
I figured y'all would walk on the road. I mean, do you really want to walk through the woods? It's up to you. It's your call.
No. It's just whatever. I assume we have like maybe a map of something of the area.
Yeah, you do have some type of little map area. Okay. You printed it out on MapQuest before you left.
There we go.
And you could see where it is compared to the
Did they have
town.
that back then?
They did have MapQuest back then. A lot of people used it, I think.
Yeah.
We'll look it up.
Now, are we going to
Can't
Pine Hollow or Ravens Hollow?
You're in Pine
We're in
Hollow.
Oh,
Yeah,
The
Raven
town is
Raven
Pine.
Hollow is just the place that I get called it because of where the Raven flies, and
right.
it's uphill somewhat, so
All right.
it's a makeout spot.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into a marching order, just in case.
All right, but this is a good stopping point right now for this episode. So be back next time.